Back-to-back wins for the Toronto Raptors as they welcome in the Chicago Bulls to Scotiabank Arena tonight, and they win 121-108. They take care of business against the Bulls, and I thought the Raptors played an exceptional game. Right from the get-go, they were the better team. They got out to the big lead. You know, they won the first quarter by 14, and they really never looked back. It seemed like up until that 4-minute stretch in the fourth quarter where the Raptors just forgot how to get a bucket, they were outstanding. They were up double digits basically all night long. Ridiculously good game. You win by 13. You get contributions up and down the lineup. Defensively, the Raptors were all over the place. It's a really, really nice job. The only thing that looked a little shaky was the turnovers early on in the game. But again, 14 turnovers leading to 14 turnovers leading to 20 points. That's the only thing that jumped out at me while I was watching the game as an issue. But like I said, overall, they were outstanding. First quarter, as I mentioned, they come out flying offensively. They're making shots. They're the off-ball cuts. I think the first 4 shots they made were all assisted shots or assisted buckets. Moving the ball around, getting good looks, and making your shots. 36-22 after 1 quarter of play. Great stuff. In the second quarter, you're kind of waiting for that lull. You're waiting for that punchback. Well, you never really got that from Chicago in the second quarter. The Raptors were able to maintain. Isn't it beautiful when you're able to play with a lead and have the other team be the desperate team that needs to come at you for it? Well, the Raptors and Bulls went even at 26 apiece in the second quarter, and the Raptors are in halftime up 14. Great, great stuff. In the third, again, you're still waiting for that punch. And with Zach LaVine basically making every single shot, albeit being down 15-20, which are empty buckets to me. They mean nothing when you're down 15-20. Well, he had 36 points, shot 16-23, was 4 of 8 from 3. Remarkable stats. But when you're down 15-20, doesn't matter. So the Raptors did a great job at limiting everybody else. And Pascal Siakam started to get hot in the third quarter. They talked about it in the broadcast. So he has 8 assists. He's only got 2 points at some point in the third quarter. Then he started to get hot. Got an and one to drop. And got driving downhill into the paint a ton. And then he ends the game. I think he had 18 to finish. Yeah, 18 in the game. So a really big second half for Pascal Siakam. The Raptors win that third quarter 31-29. And you're going into the fourth up 16. Feeling pretty good. Now, it got to that point, though, with about 7 minutes to go, where again, you forgot how to shoot. And you go on a 4-minute drought, and they pull it down to 7. And then it gets a little hairy because there's still time. But the Raptors out of the timeout find a way to counterpunch. And I think it was OG who hit the corner 3 to kind of just let everyone breathe a sigh of relief. I think it was OG who hit that one. And it just kind of settled everybody down. The offense got back in their groove, and they finished the game strong. They lose the quarter 31-28, but because of that ridiculous 4-minute stretch, you only lost by 3, and that's what happens when you build a big enough advantage. You're able to, hold on like that. So you play with the lead, you hang on, you wait for their punch, and you counter. And that's what the Raptors did today, especially in that fourth quarter. A really nice job, and you win by 13. Back to 500 at 8-8 are the Toronto Raptors, winning 2 consecutive games. Let's get to these team stats. Raptors shot 53% from the field. They shot 51% from the field, albeit, with Zach LaVine taking 23 shots and hitting basically 70% of his shots, that's going to influx that quite a bit. 44% from distance. He made a third of the threes. The Raptors shot only 33% from 3, but they knocked down 13 threes, so we'll take it. Great stuff. Free throw line was not abysmal for the Raptors today, and Jakob Poeltl missed 4 of the 7 misses, so take it for what it is. 20 for 27, 74%, which means everybody else was making their shots. Quickly through the free throw numbers. OG 1 of 2, Scotty 1 for 2, Dennis 4 of 4, Pascal 5 of 6, Precious 2 of 2, Malachi 2 of 2. Boucher 2 of 2, Grady 2 of 2. The bench was perfect from the free throw line. So fantastic stuff from the bench unit getting it done. You were +3 on the glass. You were +4 on the offensive glass. How many assists? 32 dimes today. Turnovers, as we talked about, we had 14 to their 12. So points in the paint, 50-46 in favor of Toronto. Second chance points, you were +3, 17-14. Fast break, +2, 11-9. I'm just ripping through these because I want to get to the player stats. And the biggest lead of the game for the Raptors was 20. And the biggest lead for the The Boston Celtics. Chicago Bulls was 3, and I believe that was right at the beginning of the game. I think it was a Colby White 3 to start the game off. So, it is what it is. I thought it was a really good game for the Raptors. Let's get to these player stats. Jakob Poeltl was awesome today. One of the better games we've seen of him this season because he was energetic. That first quarter, he was all over the place. Got some offensive possessions, but blocking guys at the rim, just being a grind defensively. 15 points, 10 boards, 3 assists, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Was 1 of 5 from, 7 of 8 from the field, 1 of 5 from the free throw line, but had 2 steals and a block, and that denial was, I think it was Torrey Craig, right at the rim, just swat. He was going for the dunk, and now get that snot out of my face. Great job from Big Yak today. Plus 15 when he was on the floor. Awesome stuff. OG Anunoby, the shot has not been falling recently for OG. But defensively, you know what you're going to get. You got that from OG today, albeit even though he was on Zach, and Zach was just cooking everybody. 26 points for OG, 6 boards, 3 assists, 10 of 14 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line, 5 of 7 from three-point range. You needed it tonight. You got it from OG. Had a steal in the ball game, was a +9. Great stuff. Scotty Barnes. Look, only had 13 points today, but if you really watch this game, he was all over the place defensively. One of the better, honestly, it's crazy to say this, but one of the better defensive games that I've seen from Scotty Barnes. One play where they're scrambling, right? They're swinging the ball. Scotty gets in on a loose ball and gets the turnover, and he's just all over the place defensively. Just contesting. He ends up being on DeMar because OG's on Zach LaVine. Sometimes they switched. And the effort, the intensity, and he was always in his stance ready to defend. And loved Scotty's game tonight. 13, 10, and 6. 5 of 11 from the field, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from 3. Had a steal and 2 blocks in the game. One of those blocks, man, he got up there and swatted that thing away. And he was a +19 while he was on the floor. Scotty B, great stuff. Dennis Schroeder, 17 points, no boards, 5 assists, 6 of 16 shooting, 4 of 4 from the line. Struggled from three-point range, though, 1 of 9 from distance. Where else are we? +9 when he was on the floor. Great stuff. Pascal Siakam, as we talked about, he was incredible in the second half. 18 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists, 6 of 12 from the field, 5 of 6 from the line, 1 of 6 from 3. So him and Dennis combined 2 of 15. Kind of ugly there, but hey, you won the ball game. It is what it is. And he had a steal in the game, did Pascal, +14 on the floor. And Gary Trent Jr. making shots, especially early in the ball game. That first, and that was a big reason of why the Raptors built that 14-point advantage. You have your starters out there, and usually Scotty's that first guy off the floor. And I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe Gary came out there for him. And he started making buckets, knocking down a few threes in a row. He's starting to feel himself. Ended the game 16 points, 1 rebound, 2 assists, 6 of 13 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3. Had a steal in the ballgame. Wasn't -4, but 16 points, knocked down 4 threes. Beautiful stuff off the bench from GT. I love what I saw. Precious Achiuwa, other than a couple instances where he gets a little excited on offense, I thought this was a fantastic game for Precious. And there were moments where he was rushing it, sure, but overall, man, I thought he was really quiet, didn't force shots. There was one play in particular where there was a missed shot. He got the offensive rebound and didn't just scramble to go back up with it. He gave it back to Pascal, who gave it back to Scotty or OG, and they drilled a 3. Again, it's small stuff like that for Precious. 8 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. Had 3 blocks in the game, including a big-time chase down block in the corner. It was a -2, but again, I loved the energy from Precious today. Malachi Flynn struggled shooting the ball, 2 points, 1 board, 1 assist, 0 of 2 shooting. I'm not going to keep going with these guys. Boucher, Grady, they made all the free throws. Those are the positives from them today. Now, on to the next one for the Toronto Raptors, as on Sunday, they're in Cleveland against the Cavs. Very interesting test. The Raptors are 8-8. They are 8-7. And hey, I mean, it's going to be a tough one, right? I would love to see this Raptor team go above 500 for the first time this year. Well, no, they won the first game of the season, so they were game above there. But you guys know what I mean. Like, as the season progresses, you want to see them win now 3 in a row if you can. Win a tough road game, because then you have Brooklyn on the road as well, and then it's Phoenix in Toronto on a back-to-back. So it's going to be tough. But the Raptors, look, their last 2 games, they've looked very, very good. keep it rolling. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and the dub today, smack that like button. I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the win today. All that, the Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you're not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, of course, Leafs edition tomorrow night, as the Leafs are in Pittsburgh taking on Kyle Dubas and the Penguins. All right, 7 o'clock puck drop there. And as for the Toronto Raptors, like we talked about, their next game is on Sunday, as they are in Cleveland taking on the Cavaliers, 7:30 tip-off there. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and, of course, this dub today. We'll talk to you guys then.